This is the second installment of a two-installment feature on the Malaysian pioneers of web TV, Azman Yusoff, once of Cyberjaya TV, and Kamarul Mohamed of Malaysia.tv. Both sites are now defunct as they were then, and now operated by different people or organizations. We continue the conversation with the two gentlemen, with Premesh Chandran of Malaysiakini.com and Jahabar Sadiq of the Malaysian Insider. For the pioneers, we asked them what they are doing now, and for all four, how do they think the public will consume media in the coming years? First off is Kamarul Mohamed, who runs production house DKM2.
I've gone offline, but I'm an avid user, so I'm now a consumer of the product, I would say. Not actively producing or doing it. I am producing contents on my personal basis for fun, mainly on aerial and drone kind of thing, and it's an interesting time as well.
And you have no plans to go back into
I would never say no. You never know who you cross path with. What's going to happen next. But to me, I think the market is kind of saturated. I think providing the platform is not something that I'm looking at. But providing contents, maybe.
While Kamarul has taken his operations offline, as it were, Azman Yusoff could not rid himself of the internet TV bug, and is now running the Capital TV on Unify.
Capital TV is an idea that we developed together with Telecom. At that time, Unify is being rolled out and HIP TV has been on the ground. So we were discussing about the content. As an accountant myself, I was mentioning that the business community, people like us, professionals, we do not have a local channel that caters to our community, the business community of Malaysia. So there's a gap there. So that's how we come up with the idea of having Capital TV, a Malaysian channel that caters for the business community. Unify is exciting because that's the technology for the future. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. I think obviously when they first started, you got smaller number of viewers, but they are growing every year, and their audience, the people who watch Unify, is quite similar with our target audience, which are professionals, people who are of middle to high income group. So we match their audience, and our target market is quite similar. So that's why we are quite happy to work with them.
Many web TV operators are still grappling with issues of presentation and content, as each tries to understand your audience and predict how they watch the content and through what devices.
Different platforms have different type of audience and how they watch content. People who go to the movies, there are certain people who go to movies, and different people who watch TV at home, people who buy DVD, and people who watch YouTube. So each of these platforms have their own reason, their own characteristics why people watch this way and that way. And YouTube have certain numbers of reason people watch, and the people watch video on YouTube is not the same as people watch content on TV. So it depends on the direction that you are going. We want to go on the TV audience, TV viewers. That's the channel is being geared towards, and that's how the programming is done. And because of that, I think Unify is a better fit to us rather than YouTube. The TV industry as a whole is undergoing a very exciting transformation. You can see development going on in Europe and in US, and I'm sure the same development will also be going on here as well. You see in the West, connected devices are growing. Number of people who watch on connected devices are growing. Now the trend is also multi-device viewership. A lot of things going. So internet TV, there's a place for it. I think it's becoming a commercially viable content now, even in Malaysia, as more and more people are connected and watching content and videos on TV. So it's a viable one, and how it will grow depends very much on the content itself. Is content something exciting? People like to watch it. I think the new generation is very much into it already, so there's a very exciting potential for it.
I think it has become to a stage where internet TV is expected. You know, I mean, just like basic necessities, just like your electricity. You know, I mean, so I think the selling point will no longer be internet TV. So I think it's not about the technology. The technology is there. You may get improvement in the sense that, okay, even now also you already have a 1080p video on streaming and that kind of thing. You might get 3D, you might get 4K, you know, but that's it. You know, the selling point is not the technology. The selling point will be the content.
Well, I think the number of devices of which they are able to pull news when they want to, or information is pushed to them, will multiply. You're talking about your glasses, your watches, your handphone, your laptops, your tablets, could be even be your fridges, your microwave ovens, So there are going to be so many digital screens that people will be connecting with or engaging with over the period of the day. Your car will be another big digital screen, So I think that they at each time it's a question is can they pull the news they want, or can we push to them the most relevant news at that moment. So in your car, perhaps it's pushing news about traffic jams, about which roads to avoid, about the weather, right? That's what they may want to know, or they may want to know a little bit of recap of the day, right? At the moment, you may listen to the news on radio, but that will change with time. Where you also want to see some visuals, or if you're driving by, you could see visuals of what are the latest, store sales going on nearby, deals. So I think the fact is that information news media companies will be able to get smarter about how to push information to users at the relevant time on the relevant device. It's actually quite complicated. Even what used to be very easy just to present on a web page, today you've got to think about, oh, how is this going to look on a mobile site? How is this going to look if it's a smart TV? How is it going to look on a tablet? So it's getting more and more difficult to figure out how to present information as the number of devices multiply.
I am definitely not going for the 55-inch TV market. For the simple reason, if you have a 55-inch TV, would you want to watch YouTube or would you want to watch a movie? You get a little camera, you're shooting for YouTube, whether it's your iPhone or your Canon or a Sony, your audio is going to be shit half the time if you're using a mobile phone. If you're using a normal camera, if you set up your mics properly, fantastic. If you don't, you're screwed. So you got to know, I'm going to serve this market. I'm not interested in the 50-inch TV market, but I'm going to shoot on HD. I'm going to make sure the audio is presentable. It's decent, right? And because of all this is why till today I haven't done anything. It hasn't reached my satisfaction level. I don't think if you're a single man, you shoot, you can get everything right. You don't need a sound man, but you need decent audio. You got hum, you got this and that. So I think if you're going to watch it on a big TV screen, it's going to be an unpleasant experience. And that's not the market, really. Nobody's going to really sit on a couch and watch us on YouTube.